Aries, this is going to be a reading for you. Today we're going to be looking at what's next in your love life. What's going to happen within the near future. Now, this is general. Only take what applies. If at any point you feel as if you want a personal, check out the information listed in the description. And let's go ahead and get straight into the reading. And I don't know if I already said it, but if you want to see future readings from me, make sure that you hit the like button as well. Aries, what's next in their love life? Aries. Okay, so we have some interesting decks. So I'm using the Power of Love activation cards as well as the notes from the universe on love and connection for the Oracle cards. So let's go ahead and look at the Oracle cards first. It says change is always good. I'm going to read this to you briefly. It says, actually, the only effective way of changing another person is by changing yourself. Works every time, guaranteed. Though I'm kind of a portal to the way you are right now. And then it says, I don't know what language this is, but the universe, noted the universe. So this is embracing changes around you, understanding in order for your love life to change, a change in perspective is needed, a change in what you accept or boundaries is important. This is also understanding that you can't necessarily change other people. The only thing that you can do is change yourself and what you accept and what you allow. And if people follow suit, then there you go. We also have earlier disappointments were just rehearsal for the great stuff coming your way. So this is letting you know that experiences that you've went through that have left you with the tainted view when it comes to love, understand that those were experiences that basically taught you valuable lessons so that you can make better decisions moving forward in your love life. It says, never regret love, no matter how blind, it improved your vision. No matter how foolish, it made you wiser. And no matter how generous, it made you more. It says, hubba hubba, the universe. So this is exactly what I'm saying. Never regret falling in love with someone. Never regret experiences that you've had in the past when it comes to love. They shape you and your perspective. Just like how you wouldn't regret going to certain jobs or, moving to certain cities. That was just an experience and you learned from it. Same thing with love. Understand that it's an experience that you can gain a lot of wisdom from. Let's look at these. We also have satisfaction. It says you let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. So this is understanding that in order for you to be happy or quote unquote satisfied within your love life, it starts from you personally having satisfaction with self. Okay. And you'll never be able to be controlled by other people and them not loving you anymore, or them not showing you attention, because you'll have the love within self. We also have responsibility, and it says you're aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So this is making sure with how deep and how loving you guys can get, that who you're giving that energy to is someone who is actually deserving of that and isn't misguiding or manipulating you in a way to where they're getting you to pour into them and not reciprocating that energy back. So let's really get into some things. The first card is going to represent the present situation in your love life. And I have the Seven of Swords. So there could be some sneaky stuff going on, whether this is avoidance of addressing certain things in the relationship, and it could be causing like this weird distance between you two. Some of you could be like being ghosted by someone, or feeling as if they're not showing any real interest as of right now. You could be questioning why. You may have found out that somebody was just being sneaky, or they didn't have like the best intentions for you. And this could be you just trying to avoid the drama altogether. Okay. Some of you are like super single, mainly because you have trauma associated with cheating or lies within your love life. Now, what you don't see about your love life at the moment with the Two of Pentacles, this could be the ups and downs that you guys are constantly in, and it could have a lot to do with your own personal energy, or even the people that you may be entertaining. You may be dealing with people who are all over the place, and that you may be needing to see that it's not necessarily you, it's them being all over the place. And for some of you, vice versa. Some of you are so indecisive on whether or not you still want to deal with someone, or if you're even willing to date in general, for my singles who are trying to date, that you could be doing like this push and pull thing. Some of you, like your day-to-day responsibilities are more so what's keeping you from being able to date. The amount of work that you may have to do, especially if you work like multiple jobs. Now, the guidance for this time frame with the Nine of Pentacles, for a lot of you, this is kind of deciding or coming to a point of understanding on whether or not you want to be single. Some of you are single at this moment, and you are like in this in-between state of, well, I'm not really ready to open up, but then I want a connection. And then for others of you, you're like in a relationship or in a connection with someone, and you feel as if you don't really want to be in it and you want to do your own thing. So it's like figuring out where you want to be, and it'll make things a lot better. For a lot of you with a lot of personal growth and things that you're trying to do in your life, you may be better off actually being single, especially if you know that you have a lot on your plate. This is also making sure that you kind of feed into yourself first before expecting other people to fill that void that you may have below the surface. Now, when it comes to your recent past, I do have the Hermit card in reverse. So there may have been a cut in communication between you and a specific individual, and you may have gotten back in contact with them. Or others of you have not gotten back in contact with them necessarily, but have gotten out of the thought process of waiting for them to come back around. So this is like where you've had somebody on your mind heavily. This is you coming to a point to where you're like over it, and you're not able, or you're not focused on that as much as you were before. Also, some of you weren't really taking the time to really go within. You may have been so concerned about a relationship that you weren't really focusing on your inner feelings. Now, the near future with the Three of Swords, this is a lot of you having to address disappointment and heartache. That could be just the barrier, the small barrier that could be keeping you from experiencing true love, for my singles who have been single for a minute. It may be something that subconsciously, either you're aware of it or you're not aware of it. But a lot of you aren't, where you think that you're completely in a space to where you've healed. But if you say that you can't really date because of your past experiences, then you're not truly healed. So this is having to address this. For my people who are in a relationship, you could be slightly disappointed that certain things could be happening within your relationship, and you could be wanting the circumstances to change. Definitely feeling like you guys need some fresh energy within your relationship, though. Now, what I see for your person's feelings for you during this time frame with the Ten of Swords, they could see how you're pretty much done. They've been sensing it from your energy that you've been in the space of just wanting to be done with them, or just tired of different factors that could be affecting this relationship. If you guys aren't on speaking terms as of right now, this individual really would like to clear the air and really get, I guess, a piece of closure in their eyes. They're more so worried about like what your thoughts are at the moment. They feel like they also learned a lot of valuable lessons from this relationship, good and bad. But these are some of the things that I see, Aries. Of course, if you are going through some personal stuff and you need a personal reading, check out the information listed in the description. And I will see my Aries in the next one.